Morning everyone, and rather than the normal instructional video that I've been doing for you over the last few months, we just wanted to make a short video today explaining about the drainage works that we've got hopefully coming up towards the back end of this year. And you would have had an email by now, of course, you're aware of what the plan is, and we just wanted to make this video to explain a little bit more about it and of course what part you can play as a member of Coombe Wood. I'm just walking down the 13th fairway at the moment at the crossover point of the 13th and the 11th. This is one of the main areas that affects the playability of this lower half of the golf course and gaining access to the rest of the holes down here. Now the plan is on here, the 11th hole, the 13th, the lower half of the 18th, and across the other side to the 15th and 16th. Those are the areas that we're going to be working on, which the main trouble areas, as you know if you've been a member of Coombe Wood for any number of years. So what's going to happen here is main drainage lines will be installed down the sides of these fairways with a herringbone pattern of smaller tributary pipes feeding into those to get these main effective areas dried off as quickly as possible. Now the issue that we have on the lower part of this golf course compared with the upper half is in this ground there's a lot more clay, and obviously water is much slower to move through that thicker clay, hence we see course closures during the winter time. Now we're all aware of climate change issues and so on. We've seen wetter winters, hotter summers, but wetter winters, those are the things that really affect us, and for certain periods of time we can see the lower half of this golf course is closed because of how wet it is. That's the problem we face. That's what we're going to try and do something about. Obviously it needs your help, and I'll get into that in just a moment. There are certain areas of the golf course down here which are quite dry and playable, but it's getting there in the first place, which is why we've earmarked those particular areas that we need to work on. Now you've got areas like this, we can see as we get down, we're now about 220 yards short of the 13th green, and you can start to see in these lower areas here, if we take a closer look at this ground, accumulations of water. We've got soft, muddy areas. This is just about even away from that water. It's coming up over my golf shoes, and you're splashing around down here. This is going to not only cause damage to the golf course when people are playing down here if we open it up, but it restricts the movements that the green staff can have to get machinery down here to keep this place in good playing order. So those are the issues that we face, and like I say, it's earmarked for later this year to do this work. You've received the email about the donations that we're hoping to accumulate through the members, and it's so important that we all get on board with this sort of thing. I've heard people say, well, 10 holes would suit me, but you know, that's not realistic. We can't be a 10-hole golf course. We need to do something that is going to bring this place back into action despite the conditions as quickly as possible after heavy downpours. I know from my experience here at this club that I've seen times where this has been closed for months on end, and that's, you know, from a morale point of view, that's poor for the membership. The ground staff can't work on the golf course, as I said. It's not attractive. So we need, as a business, to make this place as attractive as possible and offer 18 holes of dry play as often as we can. If we can reduce the effects of those heavy downpours in the winter and get a golf course fully open on all 18 holes more often than not, then that's a huge bonus for us as a business. It helps with the member playability. It means you've got access to lower half and upper half. You can pick and choose where you play a little bit more often. It means that we can run our competitions more often. It means the ground staff can work on these areas and keep it prepped up to the proper spec that we all expect. One of the things why we are looking for those donations from you, the members, is despite the fact that Coombe Wood is enjoying a boom period right now business-wise, as many golf clubs are, as you know, if you're a full member, the subscription has been held at the price that it is now for the last 5, 6, 7 years. There's been no increase in that. Now, should we increase the subs, which we're unable to at the moment, but if the subs went up, that's one way where we can accumulate more money to go into the golf course. We reinvest it back into the golf course. You're saving money because of that situation. The subs are capped currently at 1,610. So we need to get those funds in by other means. Now, that's why we're looking to make donations, and I'm pleading to you to, if you can, I know we're all sort of under financial pressure these days. There are big issues out in the great wider world, but your golf course is a main thing for your leisure time, for your enjoyability. It's a business that we need to maintain and present in the right sort of way. That's why we need your help. So please, if you can, make those donations. I'm going to donate. I know the rest of the board of directors are going to donate. A great many of you already have. But for those of you who are sort of on the cusp, if you can, it hasn't got to be a lump sum. You can set up a standing order and make those donations. We need to hit that target figure to get this work done. Now, rest assured that money's not going to go anywhere else. It is going to be ring-fenced purely for this project. And it'll only be used when we're up to speed. When we get that amount, we can then bring the contractors in, hopefully, like I say, later this year. And it's something that we in this generation need to do to safeguard this golf course for future generations. In times past, things have been done to safeguard this for our enjoyment today. Had those previous generations turned their back on it, we wouldn't be enjoying this fabulous golf course the way we do now. So, to paraphrase President John Kennedy, think not what your club can do for you, but what you can do for your club. Let's all get on board with this project. Donate if you can, please, and we're going to have a much better golf course. Thanks ever so much.